Hello traders, Day Trader Matt here of businesswithtrading.com, doing a trading strategy recap for the 17th of July, Friday. And today was a very interesting day. Price basically opened up in line, chopped around a little lower, chopped around a little higher, and then chopped around a little lower into lunch. Today we made two trades and pulled 3.25 points out of the market. And our first trade, we just watched the market chop around here for a little bit, and then as it chopped, we got short right here, and we ended up taking profit early, so right around here, and then price did come down a little bit more, and then it chopped around some more, chop, 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 and then as it chopped higher here, we ended up, feel like I'm on a cooking show, chop, 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 but it's fun to say. Anyway, we did short here, and we ended up taking profits, and price ended up coming up a little more, and then it actually sold off again. We were thinking maybe it comes up a little more, we can get a better entry. Did not happen, and that's part of trading. Sometimes price does not come into the area that you want it to come into. You've done your analysis, you've looked at it, and you said, okay, I think price is going to come into this region, and then price doesn't. This is a great example. Price did not come up here. It stopped here, and it rolled over. Now, there are a couple ways to look at that. You can look at that and say, well, shit, price did not come into that area. I should always just sell a little bit under where I think I want to sell. Until that day when price comes into that area where you wanted to sell. So that hypothetical day, price actually does come up here where you wanted to sell. But you sold down here because you were like, okay, price is going to front run my area. I'm going to always trade in front of it by a wide margin. Let's take 7.25 for example. So you're shorting a point in front of the area. Well, let's say price comes right up to it and then sells off, or maybe price goes back a little bit and then sells off. So if you would have gotten in at your area, you would have been okay. But because you traded too far above, you get stopped out, and then that just begets a series of frustration. I see that happen a lot with new traders. And one thing great about, the trading room, one thing really great about the trading course, and the reason that I developed it, is because it does have over, 20 hours of video. It has, broken up into 20 different weeks, lessons, and it comes with homework and community and stuff like that. Because we need to confront issues like that. Obviously you can see how I do it in the trading room, but getting that, personalized education is something that really will, drive home that point. The way I like to teach, I like to repeat things, but I like to repeat things slightly differently. So that way it's still new, interesting, engaging. You're not going to be bored to death. Like if you're reading a 700-page book and they just keep talking about the same thing, and you just want to blow your brains out because you're like, man, this is horrible. They keep talking about the same crap, and then there's actually 10 pages out of that 700-page book that actually is helpful. Stuff like that. When I was a teenager, I would read books like that, and I would just be so frustrated because it's 3, 4, 5, 700-page book, and there's about 5 to 10 pages of useful information. It's horrible. But anyway, all that kind of is said to just kind of drive home my point a little bit of this. We have to be patient as traders. We have to wait on our trades, and whatever your setup may be, we have to wait for it. And maybe you miss it today, but you'll catch it one day and you'll do pretty well. So that's the way I like to do. You see, I took 2 trades today. And that's the way I like to trade. Taking about 2 to 3 trades in the morning, I'm okay with. Every now and then, if you've seen a lot of my videos, we'll take 5 or 6 trades, and usually those are days that we're just killing it. We're doing really well. And then you have some days where they're very mediocre, and we've taken 5 trades, and we might be up, couple, 3, 4 points, which is pretty abysmal. That means that we are probably like 3 for 2 or 2 for 3 or something like that, and it's been a bad day. But we've made enough to where we can pay our commission and we have some left over. So you're gonna get all sorts of different days. So I just want to talk about this just to kind of show you what we did. And I'm recording this a few days later. Today is Tuesday that I'm recording this, just because I've been a little bit behind. I've been working with different coaching clients, members of the different services, because they always get priority. Recording these videos are great, but I feel that members get priority over anything like this. So, but I wanted to get it out, so I want to highlight a options trade that we did. An options trade, I guess, would be better grammar. But it was Lionsgate Films. This is a long chart. We got long right here on the 13th of April, as the screen line denotes. And we got long January calls because I was looking for a large move. We paid, let me get my screen pen out. We got long right here. We paid $3.10 for January calls, and we've held it this entire time. And price has gone up, it's come down. I think this is just a mess up in Thinkorswim. I don't really know for sure, but it's most likely a mess up. And right now, it looks like price is coming somewhere down into this region. Yeah, obviously we don't know that in hindsight. We don't know that in real time. In hindsight, yeah, it looks like that's what's going to happen. But we got out right here. That's a horrible arrow, but you guys know what it is. We got out right here, and we got out at $6.50, and that equates to a 109% gain. Well, I guess we don't need the plus sign. Well, 109% gain. If you want to get technical, it's like 109.4 or 5 or something like that. Who really cares? 109%, and it's not bad. We got in right here in April, and we got out right over here, which was on Friday the 17th. It's the 21st, obviously, when I'm recording this video. But it is what it is. Everything is still the same. And we actually see that price is starting to roll over here. In real time when I got out, did I know the price was going to roll over? No, I didn't, but I did have a premonition. And sometimes it's better just to take profits because you can always re-enter rather than staying in, just playing the I hope it doesn't roll over, but I think it might game. Because playing that game usually is detrimental to profits. And, that's the way I like to see things. If price looks like it is going to do something different, like when it was moving up here, did I think that it was going to go higher? No, I didn't. There was a small chance that it could have. And sometimes that small chance is what happens. And that's the way you have to look at things. In trading, everything is a probability game. Is it going higher? Is it going lower? What are the chances of it doing so? And when I say what are the chances of it doing so, it relates to your own analysis, your own strategy. Does my method tell me that price is likely to go higher or lower? Or does your method not tell you anything? That's what it's all about. And that's what we go over a lot in the trading course. How to read price, how to know what's happening, how to read the underlying form of price, and how to look at a chart just like this without this without this green and red line and this writing. How to look at a chart like this and be able to tell what's happening without adding all kinds of other crap on it. That's the way I like to trade. Now you can add other things to help, but you'll learn how to read a chart without anything on it, because that's how I like to trade, and that is the best way to trade, in my opinion. It is what it is. People make money doing different things. That's how I make money. But anyway, hopefully you like the option trade. You can feel free to leave comments below. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, you want to add to anything that we talked about, and if you don't want to ask questions or leave comments below, email me, support@abusinesswithtrading.com, or if you go to abusinesswithtrading.com, which is going to be linked below, you can go to the contact form. I think it's under the About tab in the top menu, and feel free to ask questions there. Okay, so with that, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here in the markets. Thank you.